Hi, my name is David Hochberg. I'm the housing guru here at WGN Radio, and we're here to help you answer all of your questions regarding housing, mortgages, foreclosure, bankruptcy, anything real estate related. We're going to have an answer for you if you send me an email to thehousingguru@wgnradio.com. This next email is from Christine in Chicago. Her and her husband, recently married, are sitting with about $7,000 in credit card debt because they had to pay for their own wedding and their own honeymoon. So now they want to look to purchase a home coming up at the end of the year. We're taping this in January, so they want to buy in November. Perfect timing, 11 months, great planning, plenty of time to get on top of this. Combined income of the couple is about $95,000 a year. So here's what I told Christine. Number one, create a budget. Find out exactly how much money you and your husband, her and her husband, are taking home and set that aside. Then write down all the expenses. Then look at the expenses and look at what they don't need to survive over the next 9 to 11 months. Whatever you don't need to survive, cross it out, okay? Then set that aside. So let's just say she takes home $5,000 after taxes, all right? And their expenses are $2,000 in order to cover rent and all the utilities, car payments, and whatever. So they got 3 G's left over a month. I told her to take the $3,000 and pay off the credit cards. Now here's what I would do with the credit cards. Number one, she's not on his credit cards and he's not on her credit cards, right? I told them and advised them, get on each other's credit cards as authorized users. That way you get even more coverage on credit and a greater base for the credit scores to go up. Then list them, all the credit cards in order. List the balances and list the credit limits, and then get the credit utilization. What does that mean? Let's say you have a $3,000 limit with a $3,000 balance on there. You're at 100% capacity. You can't use that. That's bad for your credit. List all the credit cards down that way. Then go through them line by line and do what's called strip mining. Pay them all down equally until you get to 50% of the balances, okay? And then once you get to 50% of the balances, you'll start seeing your mailbox go crazy with credit cards offers, because now you're back in the great category instead of the bust out category, okay? Then when you get to 50%, that's your motivation. Keep going until you pay them down all the way to zero. Okay, once you pay off the credit cards, here's what you do. Don't shut them down. What most people do is they think that they got them paid off, they close them down. Worst thing you could do. Never shut down a credit card, especially when you're trying to increase your credit scores before buying a home. Keep the credit cards open. And what I recommended was this: use the credit cards. I know a lot of people think that's crazy, but you have to show that you're responsible. After you get the credit cards paid down, your credit utilization shoots up, balances are down, credit utilization is up. As the credit utilization goes up, because you don't have any balances left, your credit scores go up, okay? Use the credit cards for the following things. I call it the 4 T's. Toothpaste, toilet paper, tampons, transportation. If you need it, put it on the credit cards. If you don't need it, don't buy it, don't put it on the credit cards. And here's the best tip I could give you. Once you charge everything, every Friday, or when you get paid every other week, go online and pay the credit cards back down to zero. Why? Because you don't want to go to the end of the month and get your credit utilization low because there's a balance. If you keep paying them every time you get paid, the balances are always low, your credit scores will always be high. Then what they should do is, instead of 3 G's in to pay off their credit card debt, 3 G's goes into the bank, start saving for a big fat down payment on their new home. By the time we get to August, September, October, their credit score should be over 740. They'll get the best rate, they'll have a nice large down payment, and they'll be ready to go. If you're looking to buy a home, or if you have any questions about buying a home, send me an email at thehousingguru@wgnradio.com.